regnal years and the dating by eponymous priesthoods of Alexandria. And then we had the beginning of the decree, which was introduced by just one word, which was psephisma in Greek, and I think wet in Demotic. And then there is this part that describes the assembly of all the priests that come together at Memphis for the occasion of the anniversary of the transfer of power from Ptolemy the father to the young Ptolemy. And it says they have said, or they have decreed, and then it begins with the part that we are still in now, which is the sort of justification for why the priests are going to allow or grant whatever they will do to Pharaoh. And so we've seen sort of the various acts of kindness to the people, to the temples, to the army. We've seen all the expenses that he used, how he abolished and relieved certain taxes, that he relieved priests or temples or whatever from debts, and people from criminal charges, that he kept in place certain long-standing revenues and tributes to the temples. And he dispensed justice to all. And now we come to the more sort of the concrete military activities. That was the siege of Lycopolis that we were at now. And then last time we saw this kind of what seemed like a bit of an apartheid side track where they start talking about this flooding of the Nile in the his 8th year in power, where he dams up the various canals and sort of prevents, I guess, the Nile from this large flood from doing too much damage. And it was a bit unclear to me how this relates to the siege, but that's where we're at basically. So
that was the episode 30 recap, right?
Yeah, right. This is what. Are we at episode 30?
Actually, episode 31. I just finished all the videos last night, and today I think it's 31, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, well then let's call it episode 30 recap, more or less. Yeah. So last time then, what was this? He assigned, or maybe in the army, and the army sort of consisting of Remech Redwi, these sort of infantry troops and cavalry, to the mouths of the rivers, said rivers, or the rivers in question, in order to guard or supervise them, and to, what would this be, to cause their soundness, their being in good shape. That's basically what we stopped at. And we also did it for this, which is more or less the same, I guess. I don't remember if there were any big difficulties for the hieroglyphic. We've had some problems, right, with this part, but it does make sense. And so anyone up for this brief Greek sentence? We can begin with that.
Yes, so I can perhaps do Greek.
Yep.
Yes. This sequence starts with a connective particle chi and
Kai.
Yes. And then comes a participle past tense, katastesas, the subject being, of course, the king. And this means something like establish, appoint, right?
Mm.
And then we need an object. What did he put in place, let's say. And it's a double thing. It is he pays. And then we've got also a double connective, te and kai, both he pays, and then comes the second object, pesus. I don't know whether we have seen these words before, but basically, hipeus is a rider, horse rider, or a camel rider. Well, a horse rider, I guess, in this case. And then tekai and pesus, that's the infantry soldiers. And then comes a prepositional phrase that will that shows what they would do. We have the pros, that's the preposition, and it governs a dative, which has an article, te phylake, and phylake is guarding, and then comes auton, so that they would guard them, for the guarding of them being what has been mentioned before, right? The mouths of the rivers.
I think so.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, and basically, and having established, or he established, he appointed cavalry men and infantry soldiers to guard them for their guarding.
Yes. Okay, we can move on. We saw some of the Greek that comes up now last time too, because we wanted last time to sort of see everything in context, because the various sentences are inverted in the various languages. But yeah, let's just continue with the demotic here, and we will have a couple of sentences now without hieroglyphs again. Anyone?
I can take a first crack at this.
All right.
All right. So beginning is easy to read. I think that is Edway. I mean, not Edway, but Edjeba. Edjeba. Then there could be a na or a ta. We don't know yet. The next word is destroyed. But then the rest is easy to read, which is enpamau. I mean, enpamu. Enpamo. The off the water. Then erwenau. Erwenau. The next one is interesting. That is just an ein at the beginning and a y. So that is actually oi, large. And then comes a regnal year. There's something in between. Maybe it's like an R in the wrong direction. Maybe it's supposed to be maybe it's supposed to be an N. I'm not sure. Because in the year would make sense. And then year, I'm not sure which one we want to use. Is it Hesbet? Maybe? Hesbet?
I don't know.
Hesbet. And then for the number, I don't recall. I think it was 8 or 9. It has a T at the end. So it's a feminine year.
Yeah.
And I forgot the number.
Here.
Wait, why am I not seeing it? Oh, wait. Ogdoi? Is that it? Ogdoi. So is Ogdoi, is that 8? Has to be.
That is 8.
See.
With the feminine T.
Is that always spelled with a G in Greek?
Anastasia, I'm not sure. If Ogdoi is always spelled with the gamma in G in Greek.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Hmm.
I think so. I mean, yeah,
That's probably the regular spelling is
that's the
Ogdos.
regular spelling, yes.
Ogdos. Hmm.
Mm.
Okay, understand. No, I was just thinking like, okay,
So can I,
octahedron and so. Go ahead. Mhm.
so why is how can you read octoi there? I see nothing.
Um,
Is it just the Egyptian spelling for the Greek word?
no, no. It was just I think because we were not sure what number was here, and then I just
Oh
said that we
yeah.
had the actual number in Greek, but and
Okay.
Aurelia was asking about the Greek itself.
Okay. I
Uh,
see. I see.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think the number, how that may be coming about, thinking back from hieratic, these may just be two large horizontal strokes connected. So like basically like one continuous stroke would be a 4, and two of them would be an 8. I think that's what it is.
Mm.
Maybe if you hover over the last one, yeah, there you go. So basically, what happens is like 1, 2, 3, you're really spelling out 1, 2, 3, sort of like yeah, almost like the Arabic numbers, right? So you just have like 2 strokes, 3 strokes, but then when it comes to 4, you do one horizontal. And then, of course, if you have like two long horizontals on top of each other, you get something that looks a little bit like the Hun, like what we have here, or the
Hmm.
P. It becomes similar. So that actually makes some
If I
sense.
look up 4, we would have just a horizontal line,
You
or
would
no, as you say, but this kind of 4 lines that are sort of
interesting, yeah. Hmm. Five is probably going to be like that L shape, reversed L shape. Yeah, there you go. It's like,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, that's something to remember. Numbers. Wow. Okay, let's see.
Wait till you see 9. Try that one. Just
Wait
look
till
up.
I see 9.
Yeah.
Can I check it right away? 9.
So
Okay.
that never, it's interesting. In hieratic, it has a few more strokes in there. It almost looks uh, like an emphatic H lying like 45 degrees on its side. And then it becomes this
Yeah.
basically. Go figure why.
Wow. Okay. And they put it as a and they see it as sort of coming from 9, literally 9 small vertical strokes
I guess.
stacked on top of each other.
Honestly, already in hieratic, you don't see the 9 strokes anymore. It's
Hmm.
just this long, coiled up thing.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, bunny rabbit, but
Cool.
so that's our year 8. I think now we won't forget that shape anymore. So what do we have? Because of the something of the waters which were great in year 8, which fits to what we discussed in the Greek already, I think.
Hmm. So we expect something that corresponds to anabasis, the flood, basically.
Right. So
Um,
could be flood in the word that we couldn't read.
yeah, and what does these guys have? Meh is what they have. Meh u. Um, which we have here as flood.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, well, we see it on our stone that yeah, it's completely destroyed, but they have reconstructed this sign, so why not?
It fits from context. That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the word for flood. Does that have anything to do with the meh, which means to fill? Mm,
Probably, yeah. You would think. I don't know. Tempting.
mehi. They take it as its own verb, it seems. Mm, yeah, I mean, there's a whole lot of descendants apparently, but none of them seem to be meh, as in to fill.
Hmm.
Okay, I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, sure. So We already saw this Greek part last time. It's the same thing. And okay, with the Nile having made a great rising, having flooded greatly in the 8th year. And anyone wants to take the next brief demotic line now? Or Aurelia, you can continue as well, but we can hear.
Can you take us?
I can give it a try.
Sure.
All right, so for very first one, looks like an R.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe a plural article, nai, the Y.
Sorry.
I think that's a Y.
Yeah, that's a Y. I will do it here. Y.
And ein. R.
Mm-hmm.
Another R. Okay. Let's see. Nai, R. I don't know if the next one is a determinative.
This would be a determinative, and then here you have something else, which fits with this.
Oh, the plural suffix.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see what's going on. And then I could just translate after I do the whole line.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is that maybe so starting from the top, N, and then that bottom left one, is it a G?
The bottom left one, do you mean?
Yeah, that one. Or I'm sorry, bottom right.
This, bottom right. Yeah, like it could be a G, but here it's a ligature, so you have something on top here, and then you have a second sign, which is the horizontal stroke down here.
Is that the ligature for the second person plural, like the 10, TN?
It would look exactly the same, I think, but it's not in this case. It's in this case, so you're right about the N in down here, but this is an R up here in this case.
Okay, so NRN. Is the next one, is that a determinative?
Yeah, I think it's the A1 or sorry, hand to mouth man, A2.
A2, okay. And then the vertical one is a plural.
Mm-hmm.
So the W.
Yeah, right. So this is so you get basically N, Ren, and I guess U in this case. It's a suffix.
All right, and the next one is another na, plural article.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one, I always forget. Is that one of the D's, like to give, the infinitive form?
This would be to give. This is an infinitive form when it's in that direction.
The second one, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure about that first one then.
Yeah, it's really badly. People take it as a NT. I will just say it, but it's really weirdly written because we've seen it before, more sort of, yeah, more complete in a way.
I see. This very next one looks familiar, but I don't think I know. It reminds me of like that hieroglyph hook thing, like with the two prongs. I don't know how to describe it. It looks like that, but I don't think that's what it is.
It has this glyph in it. It has the legs.
Oh,
which
the
is
walking
part of
legs.
this. Yeah.
So like maybe eat, like two eyes, or like or I.
Yeah, right. And this is not a T in this case. This is also I'm trying to think, but it's also a determinative that has to do with movement. I can't remember which one. We can check afterwards. But it's a very sort of generic verb for movement.
Yeah, I don't know what the. I don't know what
I can just It's
So
Shem in this case.
Oh, Shem. I see.
I can just look it up briefly so we can see what the glyphs are. So to go.
It's like the thing with the legs on the bottom and like the rectangle on the top.
Yeah, right. That would be it exactly. So yeah, you're right. So we have the rectangle and the legs stacked under it, and then to the left again. So this would, what do we have? We have this one. And then to the left again, we have yet another D54 walking legs glyph. So that's what we have. Yeah.
I think I have an idea. Like, I'm not going to translate it yet. I'm going to wait till I'm done. But like, I have an idea for like what most of this is so far. And very next one, is this the water one, MW?
Yep.
And then R.
R, yeah.
And I don't think I know what this one is.
Yeah, this one is, I don't know if we've had it before. So we have 3 glyphs here. They're all 3 are uniliterals. We have this one by itself, this one by itself, and then this one by itself. This might almost be a ligature, but you can see very clearly what they are.
So maybe something TN, maybe?
Yeah, exactly. TN. And this is very close to just the vertical stroke. And sometimes you see that the reed leaf can be written either as just a vertical stroke, or it can be more something like this. So I think that's what we have in this case.
So Eaton, so ITN.
Yeah.
And then the next one is a shy, that lizard one that means like multitude or many.
Yep. I think actually it stops here.
Yeah. Well, let's see. There's a vertical stroke, and then there's this other one that looks like maybe it's like a remich, but then I don't know what the vertical stroke would be before the remich, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, you have to. The scribe of the Rosetta Stone always writes it like this, and he makes these two connect, but they shouldn't be connected in a way. So this is one thing, and then this is its own thing.
So are the first two the like the vowel and then the second one is a W?
Exactly.
Or E, like you. Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. And the next one, is that another NT?
I don't think it is, if I remember correctly.
Is it a uniliteral N?
So it's M. Yeah, it's a M.
Oh, M. I see. This next one, I don't know. The very first one, the thing that looks like a K, that looks familiar, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's just this one, and then you have the 3 strokes afterwards, and they're all uniliterals for this word.
So let's see, maybe T Y S.
Yeah, or this is maybe a determinative. I don't. It would also be, I guess, the A2 maybe. We'll see.
So TYW?
Yeah, right. And then you have W, which is interesting in this case.
The next, and this very last one, I don't know. Maybe the very last part is maybe, or the very last 2 parts are like a W and a T that I don't know.
Yeah. So this one is the same as we had in the previous word. So it's just
M?
This uniliteral. It's an M, and then the second sign is this glyph.
The Shen. I never remember which
Not
way. There's
yeah,
there's
it's the other one. It's not Shen.
I don't remember what is the other one. Rudge, like R second D. I don't remember.
Shes.
Oh, Shen.
Okay, so you have this is Shen, and this is Shes.
I see. So M Shes or M Shesem.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what these two are doing here. What they were. This maybe is just a vertical stroke Z1, and then this looks like a T to me, but I don't know why there would be a T there. But we can look at it afterwards.
Okay.
Look it up.
And then these hieroglyphs here on the bottom left. These are, I take it that these are like the only remaining part that can be matched to the demotic.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the last part of the demotic that you just read corresponds to this this part.
I see. Okay. Right.
Okay.
So let me give it a shot here. So I don't know if this is like like a preposition towards, or if it's like a circumstantial, like something while something is happening. Like maybe the R is standing for the U, like the IW. I'm not really sure, but
absolutely, it could be either one.
So maybe like the rivers, the aforesaid rivers, the rivers in question, which and then this is interesting because there's this you have the Shem, but then you have the causative, like the D before it, and in Coptic there's the word Jo, which is one of the words for send, but apparently, like etymologically, it's a combination of give plus, I think it's like give that they go or something, and it apparently ends up meaning send, something like that. It explains it in Shurney, but it's something like the aforesaid rivers, which the ones which send water to the bottom or below or something. It's the E10 that means like ground or bottom or below or something like that. If that's the word I'm thinking of.
That's it.
Send the water below. And then this Ashai. I don't know if this is this a noun or is it a verb?
I don't know either. How this would work? If it could be an adjective that describes the eaten. I guess. I think that would be my best guess for this case because we start with something new over here. So that it would be an adverbial if that can work, or that it's that it's an adjective for eaten.
So I'll just put that on hold for now. And so let's just say like many, like to the bottom, or send the water below many, or I don't know what to do with it for the time being. So I'll just move on to the next part. They Matiyu, I'm not sure. Matiyu Shesem. Like I can think of a few things that Matiyu could be, but here it looks like it's maybe it would have to be a verb, I think. A verb, either an infinitive or a stative.
And I think the W makes it a stative in this case.
Oh, I see. Oh, maybe it's like the mate, like they reached or they achieved or something.
I think it's I think it's simpler, and I will just because I don't know if it has a demotic to be deep. I think it's this verb, to be deep, which there is medj in earlier Egyptian.
There is a word in Coptic, mto, which is like another word for like depth or deep.
Ah, okay. Well, there you go. So let me look it up. Right. M2.
I think
Right. Well, it has to be that. Yeah, for sure.
I'm curious if the demotic or there's no churning entry. It looks like it would have to be in Western Door for looks like just Western Door. I don't have it available at the moment.
But it's always nice when you can find these things, even if the databases don't always make those connections. So that's nice.
Now, does the demotic on this page, does any of it actually match what we have? Like, do we know that this is the word?
Yeah, I've checked it before, and I do this pedagogical thing, but I've checked it. So it's this one, empty.
Okay.
Right, and then the last one.
Shesem.
Or M-Shes. I wrote it Shesem like this, but it's because it's a compound thing.
Oh, right, because the M was first. I see. M-Shes. I don't know.
I think maybe Emasho or sorry, that should be Emasho.
I wasn't sure where that word came from. Interesting.
Yeah, that's already there in Late Egyptian.
Interesting.
What does it mean?
Like very or much.
Oh.
And in Late Egyptian it can also be okay. We had that in that text some time ago of the father writing to his son that he needed some eye medication from Deir Medina, and he writes basically, I'm not okay. He uses that word. But in Coptic, it just means greatly, very.
Yeah.
Could you send me when I think as you said it now, Aurelia, could you just send me that text at some point later, or it was an interesting text. It sounded interesting.
Gladly. And I'm about to upload it actually on video. It's only half a year old, so it should go up eventually. Sorry.
All right. So where were we at now, Randy?
We just read through it sort of together once as far as the translation. I can try to maybe give a more polished translation really quick. Maybe something like the aforesaid rivers which sent water down in abundance, let's say. And the depths were okay. How do we want to translate, as far as the translation of this emasho, the mashesh, how do we want to translate it?
I'm thinking as an adverbial, as just very much, or just very. So
definitely
they were. Sorry.
Definitely. I mean, it has the Coptic meaning here already.
Yeah.
So is it like a nonverbal sentence then, like the depths being very? Like, how would you?
So like very deep.
But this very deep, exactly. I think so. They.
Oh, I see. So like they like the waters being very deep.
I guess we're taking up again maybe the rivers or the waters or something. The iuu, they were very deep, yeah, and they were very deep. If that makes sense.
So it would essentially be a nonverbal. At least that clause that would be technically nonverbal then, right? It would be adverbial.
Wouldn't it be like a present tense sort of? I mean, you have the EU circumstantial, you have the subject, and then you have a stative verb. Does that work?
Is this MTU? Would this be like a verb then? Because the Coptic, like the imto, that's a noun, I think. So
yeah, but in this case they interpret it as a verb. Yeah, to be
okay, I see. So it's a verb.
And I think that the third person suffix here is the marker. Is just the marker of the qualitative in this case. Because I don't see why they would repeat the W after we have it as a subject here.
Yeah. Other than all that, as far as the Ashai part, I guess I'm tempted to translate it as just like a noun or as an adverb. So like abundance or abundantly, maybe. I don't know. What do you want?
Not so sure. I think that's pretty good actually. So it send water, and then eaten. I think sometimes they take just as a plain, as you have in the Greek, pedia. So the rivers that sent water to the plain abundantly, as you say. Maybe that can work.
Yeah. So I guess eaten would be more like the ground or the plain. And then Ashay
this
would
was
be
really nice. Sorry, Ashay.
Yeah, Ashay. So Ashay is like the noun form, like abundance or multitude. But then Ashay would be the verb, and Osh would be the stative. So I'm tempted to think it's just, like I said, like an adverb or like a noun here, like abundance or abundantly. I think you were about to say that it's nice that like most of this can like correspond to Coptic.
Yeah, no, yeah, I was gonna say actually, I was going to say that I like the Joe parallel, which I think you're right about. Actually, so when you say Joe, which you said earlier, you're saying that it's T plus she, so to cause movement.
Yeah, it's. I can try to find the page in Cherney, but it's apparently explained as like something like that. But like the U part is supposed to be like the suffix, so like cause that they go or something.
Yeah, because that's exactly what we have. So that's because I had trouble translating this was sort of that the rivers that cause that the water moves, which makes sense in a way, but the fact that they probably have grammaticalized it as the verb to send makes it an easier. So dichem basically means to send water. Yeah. And then for Ashai, I think I'm on board with your interpretation. I'm not sure either in a way.
It's just there's no real there's no like genitive, like there's no connecting word like an N unless there's like an implied N there. I don't know what else to do with it other than just think it's a noun.
It's weird. You would think if it were the many rivers, it should be before the relative sentence, right? So it should be Na Yaro Ashai, Na Enti, blah, blah, blah. So I don't think it refers back to the original noun. And I don't think it refers to eaten either, which really makes you think this has to be some kind of adverb. Interesting.
Okay, great. That was very cool. So anyone wants to?
I have a question. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Why can't it refer to Eton? Why couldn't it be many plains?
Many rivers, you mean many canals?
No, many plains. If Eton means plains, why couldn't it be sends the water to many plains?
Oh, okay. Suppose you're right. I was thinking like to the plain, but you're right, it's missing any kind of article. So many plains kind of makes more sense. What's that last determinative there after the N? Do we know what that is? Is that just normally I would take that Y looking thing to be a book roll with
This you
something on
mean?
top. But that doesn't
I
make much
think
sense
this
to me.
is the. I think this is the some kind of plant branch thingy. I never remember for plants in various natural, well, I don't know, parts of nature. It has this branch. If I go to E10,
There you go.
yeah, you see, if you can see it.
Oh, and it could have plural strokes in there.
Apparently.
There could be plural strokes hiding inside. Okay. All right. All right. So maybe it's many planes then.
If it was many planes, like if it's referring to the Eton, so asha, like it's a verb, and it's a verb. So like if you wanted it to have the many sense, like to us it would be an adjective in English, but it would have to be in the stative form, right? So something like
I thought asha was an adjective.
Yeah.
Oh, it can be. Yeah, it can be. There's also there's the nush. How do you?
Yep.
Like the verboid in Coptic, but I don't know what the demonic spelling of that would be.
Let's have a look if it. I think it can still be used as an adjective.
Yeah,
just like
I agree. I think it just a simple adjective. Ashai by itself can just be. Yeah, that they don't need the N or the sort of Coptic stuff. It can come just as an adjective right after the noun. It modifies.
Like in a similar way, like when you say like the shem and like sher shem,
yes.
like shem doesn't need to be modified. You just merely place it directly after the word, and it's like a little something. So the same thing going on here is what you're saying.
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah. I think I agree with Aaron that could very well be it. I just sort of conceptually, like I didn't get like the many planes, but that it just makes it grander. Like it's the water is dispersed over many planes. Why not?
Yeah, I'm just looking in Richter, and she gives us example, for example, Remech Bin or Romebon, evil man, and also Remech Ashai, many men. So it still does that. You have the verboid form too, but that's not used as an attribute. That's always a verboid. I mean, with the na in front of it. I'm not sure if you have it. I think you have it for Ashai. I'm not sure. I know that some of the verbs, I'm sorry, some of the adjectives in demotic already take that na, but I don't remember which ones. There's a list in Johnson, which I don't see here.
Right.
Still have to look.
That's a good point, though. So I'm more willing to go with that than that it's just the adjective. So in demotic, there's still, like compared to Coptic, in demotic you still have those like few adjectives like good and bad, like a nufe, von, a shy, that you can still do. Like you could just place them directly after the noun, whereas in Coptic you can't even do that anymore.
Correct. And I just found it. So nashe, to be numerous, already exists. Na asha, has like it looks like it had the plural article in front of it. It's chapter 16 in Johnson it would be 60. Oh, you got it. There it is.
I just found it. So here is the list of all these verboids.
I see.
Now, sure.
There it is. But you still have the naked adjective as well, without a na in front of it.
Okay. Very good.
Now, what are you? Snake going through a cobra going through a number 10.
10 cobras.
10 cobras. There you go. If 9 cobras wasn't enough for you. That's it. Move on. We've solved.
Next.
We've solved the issue. Yeah. Oh,
10 cobras. Very. Very. 10
very
cobras.
right.
Very cobra.
We have very 10 cobras. Very.
Is that?
Yeah, but we do have very.
Is that a ma'a at the end of it? Like truly very?
Kind of looks like
it. Like Mshes ma'a? Is that a thing?
Oh, okay. I don't know.
It does look
Yeah,
like
the
it.
hieroglyphs are so difficult to figure out.
So then the word before must be deep, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Does that fit to anything? Made
it
of.
does actually.
Let's look at what the made comes from.
It's the Medj, yeah. So if we go to
Oh,
no,
There it
that's
is.
the
there it is.
There
that
it
is
is. I
the
see it,
Demotic.
Midge.
there it is. Yeah.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah, it was on the page before that.
QED. Yep. Medj.
This one.
So
Bingo.
10 cobras is deep. Now you know. Oh,
Okay,
Medj. Interesting.
right. So we have then, and then we have this two, which I don't know why we have this two construction here, but it is written in this example as a or we have it inversed the u before the t, but that's not a problem in Ptolemaic anyway. But
Yeah, hard to say without knowing what came before. It could be just to indicate that the T is still pronounced, maybe. If it's really Medj 2.
yeah, right.
Possible, but who knows?
Mm.
Now I wonder if the way that this is spelled has anything to do with near homophony with the number 10, which
I
is
thought about
made,
that. Yeah.
which is
That's what I
made
was
in
thinking.
Coptic. So maybe that I was just joking that it looks like a 10, but maybe it is a 10. I don't know.
So you're saying that you're thinking that they might make a connection in the writing with met or meta.
How was number 10 actually pronounced in the older stages of the language? If you just look for 10 as a search English search word.
Okay.
Is it Medjet?
I think
Or
so, right?
Medu?
Medj something, yeah.
Medu? Medu and
Oh.
Medet for feminine?
I would just write English 10, not the number.
Okay. 10.
10. I think, yeah, Medj. It's just Medj. I mean, it's in all
Yeah,
these
just
titles.
Medj.
It's just Medj.
I'll just try. Yeah.
So then maybe that's really a 10 in there as a phonetic sign.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
I thought it was some kind of weird symbol that, but maybe it's just really a
Here you
Medj
have
with a catch.
here you have 10 written with right, and that's the j sound. Just
Just a j.
Like if you had the English word tent and you just wrote it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly tent. Like a tent.
Yeah.
Like 10 tons, yeah. 10T tent. Yep, exactly. That's what they do here.
I mean, it is profoundly unsurprising that they would do that in Ptolemaic. It makes perfect sense. I mean, look at all the crazy stuff we've seen. The 5 for the F, suffix pronoun. I buy that. Absolutely. I wouldn't question that at all. That makes perfect sense.
No, you're right. But isn't it older? I thought Medj is a much older word. Can we see what the attestations are? Could be wrong about that, though.
Let's go back and then this one.
What's the earliest attestation? There you go, 1580. But I'm not sure it was always spelled this way. I thought it was, though.
Yeah, this is the 1580, probably 17th dynasty.
Oh, wow.
I thought I've seen it before. So this goes way back. The crazy starts earlier than we think.
The seed was planted.
Yeah.
That's right. Cool, huh?
Okay, very nice. So just the 10 cobras there as a
definitely
because it kind of makes sense. Okay. Do we have more time? Yeah, we have some time left. So we have green, which we already read. Being and sort of being. I like that English word, being want to flood the plains. Katesken, he sort of he checked them. Yeah, I guess. And then anyone up for? Let's see how far we can get on this last line.
Last demotic?
Yeah.
Happy to take it, unless we have anybody else who wants to do demotic. I'll get started.
Nah, they had time now.
So first one is a highly characteristic sign, which is chai, to take. Otherwise, you have, I think, no easy way to. Never mind. Not going there. Chai. And who took? Pharaoh. So the Pharaoh. So Pharaoh took. And then luckily there's another word we recognize. The second sign there is the ser. So Será, right, wasn't it? No, wait, no, res, not ser. It's res, resa, the resat, the fortress. And so it has to be taresat. So there's a feminine article before it. So Pharaoh took the fortress in Rennes. So the aforesaid fortress. Okay, now it gets a bit harder. There is an R, there is an Aleph or Ch after it. Then there's something that would be like a hand with a cross over it, so something that has to do with force. I think the word is Jera. Something like violence? No, victory, I think. Isn't it? Jero? Yes, Andy, help me out there. Jero, maybe something like this. Yeah, that one. What does that mean again in Coptic?
Joro, like as a verb, is like to triumph, like to be victorious over
something with victory,
somebody.
Isn't it? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then there's the noun form. There's Jore, which is like somebody who is victorious, like a conqueror or a victor.
Or it can be strong. Look at that too.
Or strong or strength or something like that.
Interesting. That could help us. Let's go back to the text. Interesting.
What happened now?
A bit further down. There you go. So Jiro, and the next word is dore, hand. Let's come back to that in a moment. Jared, yes. Yeah, with a T at the end. Then comes an N. The next one is funny because that's just two S glyphs and a little sun disk. So Su.
Okay, you would write it Su.
Is it Su or Sesu? I'm not sure. Let's look it up. Time,
okay.
right?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, we have time.
No, I mean time and.
So what was? Oh, yeah, time.
Both time and time. You're right.
We have.
There is Sesu. You're right.
We have Sesu. Yeah.
Seo
Okay, let's
Coptic.
write that.
Okay. So I guess it has. But wait, why is it suddenly Sesu if it was Su in earlier Egyptian and Seo in Coptic? I would think maybe the double S is just graphical, but you see that? Like left-hand side is Su, right-hand side is Seo. What on earth? But in any case, let's go with what the DPDP has. I'm cool with that. So then Ses, I guess.
Ses. Okay, let's do that.
And the next one is a complete bugbear. Luckily, I remember this one. So it's something that has to do with small and little. You see the bad bird at the end, the little bird, at the very, very right. And the word starts with an S. And so it's supposed to be Sebek, but the boo on top doesn't look like a boo at all. That should be like a leg and a little W, and the G at the bottom doesn't look like a G either. So good luck with that. But basically, what that's supposed to say is in Ses or in Sesusebek in very little time. So the Pharaoh took the aforesaid fortress, Gerard Dore, and Sesusebek in a very short time. So what do we make out of Gerard Dore? Strength of hand. I've seen it translated as violence. It somehow seems to be missing some kind of preposition before that. So I guess he took it violently. He took it with strength. I'm not completely sure. But yeah, he took it mightily, basically.
So maybe there's a sort of implicit N going on.
Yeah, something like that. I think. I mean, otherwise grammatically it doesn't make sense, right? The subject is clearly Pharaoh,
Yeah, you would need.
and we already had an object, tarisat. So that has to be some kind of adverbial adjunct, you'd think. It's probably an N. All right.
Okay. Great. That was just right here. Bad bird.
And I'm just going to put it out there. I mean, that
Okay.
sort of makes me think that the whole episode with the damming of the canals still has something to do with the siege. Because it opens with the siege, he builds a wall, and then he sends the army out to guard the canals, and then something about a flood, but then we come back and he took the whole thing in a short time. That sort of suggests to me that the whole canal gambit had something to do with starving them out or preventing egress or something of that nature. But just a guess at this point in time. But otherwise, narratively, it doesn't make sense. Why would you jump from one to the other and then back to the siege? Unless he also had to handle. So he was handling a siege while handling a flood, and his right foot was operating a business at the same time. I don't know. No, never mind. So yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. That we will have to try to. So while he's doing this siege, it's the same year that there's a particularly great flood, and then I don't know. Does it take advantage of that somehow?
But does it make
I think he's trying to starve them, basically. That's why he's blocking the water from coming to the fields. So there is no food for them.
Or maybe no water
right.
even.
Because...
I mean, that's the other thing, right?
Yeah.
Siege, the first thing that would run out is the water.
Because it says here that the water was usually would flood the plain in a way. It was wont to flood the plain, but in this case he checks it, he restrains it. So maybe that's the heap in a way.
Wasn't there something about like that previous pharaohs had not been able to do it, no matter how hard they tried? Something of that nature? Either that came already or that's coming again, but I remember seeing that. Maybe that was earlier. Something like they spend a lot of hedge, a lot of silver. Maybe that's still to come. I might misremember. We'll see.
Okay. Anything else on sort of as a last thing? Otherwise, I stop sharing, and thank you, everyone, and I'll see you next week.
See you then. Bye.